Welcome to this 8-minute hockey yoga flow. To start off, we're going to get into child's pose. Kneel on the floor with your toes together and your knees about hip width apart. Fold your torso between your legs towards the ground with your palms facing down. Relax your shoulders towards the ground. This pose stretches the spine and hips and relieves tension in the body. Relax here for another 20 seconds. All right, we are moving on to downward dog. Lift your knees off the floor and reach your pelvis up toward the ceiling. Your body should look like an upside down V. Draw your chest towards your thighs as you press the mat away from you to lengthen and decompress your spine. Pedal out your feet if you'd like by bending one knee and pressing the other heel down. Switch back and forth to stretch your calves and hamstrings. From here, I want you to move into a plank with your arms extended. Now slowly lower your body to the floor. Untuck your toes and inhale to lift your chest from the mat, bringing your neck and head to rise, baby cobra. Tuck your toes back under and push up back into downward dog. Now step forward with your left foot, placing it between your hands. Lower your right leg to the floor. This is a modified runner's lunge with the knee down for added stability. You should feel this throughout your hips and groin. If you feel stable enough here, you have the option to bring your hands to the hips and sink deeper into the stretch. Remember, you should never feel pain while doing yoga, just a nice stretch. Now place your hands on the ground beneath you and reach your hips back towards your right heel and lengthen your left leg as we stretch out the hamstring. Relax your body, and if you're flexible enough, you can try and fold forward over your left thigh. Remember to keep breathing. Now rock forward and get into a plank with arms extended. Slowly lower your body to the ground for baby cobra. Lift your chest from the mat and bring your head up to rise as you feel a nice lower back stretch. Push yourself back into downward dog. This time step your right foot forward between your hands. Drop your left knee to the ground as we get into this modified runner's lunge. You can keep your hands on the ground or bring them to your hips. Stay here for a few deep breaths. Now place your hands on the ground and rock back into your hamstring stretch as you straighten your right leg. Rock forward, placing your hands on the ground, and get into the plank with arms extended. Slowly lower your body to the floor for baby cobra as you lift your chest and head. Now push back into downward dog. Back to high plank and slowly lower your body again, but this time you have the option to do a full cobra pose where you will straighten your arms and get a higher lift of the chest off the floor. Push back into downward dog and pedal out those legs if you'd like. Now step forward with your left leg again, but this time we will transition into a full runner's lunge where you will keep your right knee lifted off the floor. You have the option of keeping your fingertips or hands on the ground next to your feet, or you can lift up and place them on your hips for a high lunge pose. Push that back foot into the mat to extend your back leg and get your muscles firing. From here, you have the option of extending your arms up in the air for a crescent high lunge. Bring your hands down to the ground beside your feet and step your left leg back into downward dog. From here, walk your toes up to meet your hands for a forward fold. Let your head hang. You can keep your hands or fingertips on the ground, or you have the option of grabbing a hold of your opposite elbows and swaying very gently from side to side. Slowly roll your body up to a standing position and sweep your hands up above your head as you reach high for the ceiling, getting a nice stretch in your upper body. Sweep your arms back down to the ground and step back into high plank. Lower your body slowly into cobra pose. And then push back into downward dog. Now step forward with your right foot, bringing it between your hands as we transition into the high lunge on the other side. Keep that left knee off the ground and extend your left leg as you contract the quadriceps muscles. Again, you have the option to keep your hands on the ground, but if you can, bring them up to your hips with the option of reaching them into the air above you in crescent high lunge. If your hands are above you, look up with a slight backward bend. Bring your arms down to the ground beside your right leg. Now rotate your feet 90 degrees to the left so you are now in a wide-legged forward bend, almost in a half splits position. You have the option of keeping your hands on the ground under you or grab opposite elbows and fold forward. This one should feel good in your groin, hamstrings, and lower back. Bring your hands back to the floor and walk your feet closer together and then stand up at the top of the mat. Step back into downward dog. Lift your left leg back into the air and then bring that left knee down towards the left wrist. Your left ankle will be out towards your right hip. Slide your right leg back and point your toes behind you. This is the pigeon pose. This is a great hip opener for hockey players. Just make sure that you don't feel any pain in your knee. You have the option to lower your upper body towards the ground and rest. Because I don't have a yoga block, I like to stack my fists on top of each other and let my head rest on my fist. Okay, push yourself back up to downward dog, and now lift your right leg back into the air, and then bring that right knee down towards your right wrist as we do the same pigeon pose on the opposite side. Again, you can stay upright here, or you can fold forward and get deeper into that stretch. This is one of the best stretches to increase your stride length and open your hips, which will help you skate faster and be more agile on the ice. From here, push yourself back into downward dog as we wind this hockey yoga session down. Move into high plank. One last cobra. Back to downward dog. And we are going to finish in the child's pose with 5 to 10 deep breaths. Awesome work today becoming a better hockey player.